Alright everybody, I'm sure you can tell from this, but we're going to be playing Command & Conquer Generals, one of the best RTS games out there. Now, normally I'd skip this intro, but I want you to see it. Just let the mood sink in.
With words. Step launcher. Carpet bombing.
I've played this whole game twice, so I basically know this entire thing by heart. Man, I've always felt that intro basically tells you everything you need to know about the game. You're going to be in control of massive armies, using powerful super weapons, and it's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So, I'm thinking we'll start off with the USA, as they are basically the strong units, high cost group. Their campaign is one of the more fun ones, so we'll start off with it. I've won the entire thing on normal twice, so I think it's time to at least try hard or brutal modes. Let's go with hard for now. I haven't played this in maybe 6-7 years, so it might take a little getting used to. Actually, it's probably been more
General,
than 4.
I am Lieutenant Eva. I will serve as your comm officer for our campaign against the Global Liberation Army.
Yeah, so
We know the GLA
the story of
have
this game
access
is
to
that the
lethal
USA
biological
and
weapons,
China
and we have tracked
have
these
formed a
weapons to
united front
Baghdad.
against a
Our
terrorist group
troops are assembled
called the
outside the city
GLA.
and await your
They're
orders,
basically
sir.
the Taliban, since this was made in like 2003. Yeah, it's even set in Iraq, so basically we're fighting them. We have to send in a ton of troops because they have weapons of mass destruction. You know, like real life, except for they actually have weapons of mass destruction called Scud missiles. Missiles filled with poison. Its first mission, we're pushing into Iraq. I think it's its capital, in fact, the city we're attacking. And that guy just got smoked. The best thing about this game, the direct control of all the different units. Right after this cutscene's over, we basically take control of this entire brigade of tanks.
All units, stand by. Fire at will. I'm hit. Let's finish them off. Off the left. Bravo down. We got more.
I always thought these cutscenes were really cool because they're basically just someone playing the game and moving the camera around a lot. You can just move the camera around by yourself, but they basically just recorded themselves playing the game, moving the camera around, and then added in some people talking over the time. And maybe a few extra sound effects, like those jets don't actually make that noise in the game, but everything else seems to be basically normal game files. Yeah, see, this is Baghdad, and we are going to have to take it over from the GLA.
Enemy perimeter breached.
Luckily, the controls are pretty easy to use. Zoom in, zoom out, move around by touching the corners of the screen. Look around with the radar. Got a little base here. These stars you can use to basically give yourself abilities. I'll go with the spy drone because it is really useful. Yeah, did I mention there's drones in this game? Except for mostly they can only be used for spying, which is not completely realistic to the real world, in which they're used for bombing people. So, let's send in the troops. You control them directly, basically, with right and left click.
Intel says bioweapons are in the area. Be prepared to pull back from the city at the first sign of contamination.
This'll make a lot. Anywhere you say so.
So that was pretty easy. Now we're using
Put in.
Rocket launch detected. All
and
units
this part
pull back.
is where you get to see the Scud launcher in action. The GLA basically filled all of these missiles up with toxic gas. It's their super weapon that they can buy later in the game. In the multiplayer, the super weapons are basically just weapons you can use to launch missiles or lasers their way. US has a particle uplink cannon, which is this giant space laser. GLA has this thing, which is a poison missile launching thing, and China has a big nuclear missile, which instead of
Watch those clouds,
leaving
then.
poisonous
Could be anthrax.
poison,
General,
it leaves
Washington
poisonous
orders us to enter
radiation
the
on ground.
mountains and destroy the enemy Scud Storm.
Heavy armor ready for action.
Alright, so now our new mission is basically go over here, destroy the Scud Storm after pushing through the city. Now, if you were paying attention, over here are these pilots. They're used to rank up your soldiers. Like, all these guys are at rank 1, but they'll get one of these little arrows that's above these guys' heads, above them, and that shows that they're a higher rank. When they get to rank 2, they can automatically self-heal, and when they get to rank 3, they
Anywhere
start
you
doing
say,
extra
sir.
damage.
Anthrax is still in the area.
Moving in.
Oh yeah, this anthrax is leftover from
Civilian buildings
the Scud Storms, and it will actually damage your troops if you walk on
Enter
them. So
those
you gotta
buildings
kind
from
of
say,
watch
above
out
and
for that.
clean them out.
Let's grease them.
Unit lost.
Alright, an interesting ability of the US is that they can use Comanche helicopters to drop soldiers into these. So I'm just going to use some tanks to guard those soldiers in
Armor
buildings,
detail reporting.
because I've played this game so many times, I know that the
Crusader
GLS
tankers,
is
heavy armor ready
to go
for action.
attack the troops in those buildings later
Moving in.
when you're not looking. I'm also going to send out Humvees
Got room for
to
five.
go and help out
Humvee here.
capture the pilots, because if you put them in your vehicles, they're going to gain a rank, which is basically where,
Break it
like I said
loose.
before,
How about a lift?
you get to rank 2,
Let's go for it.
you're able to self-heal, get to rank 3, you're able to do extra
Unit
damage.
lost.
Two on me.
Great, shouldn't have sent practice provisions. Oh yeah. I also love the interactivity of this.
Get those men
When
out
you
of
destroy
there.
certain things, like these little barrels will explode when you shoot them.
Lighten them up.
These towers will fall over when you shoot them.
Get those pilots into
You can
vehicles.
garrison
Let's
troops in
roll.
every single building.
Delivering ordnance.
We have cleared the palace. All units, continue the advance.
You can set your
On your
troops
command.
to guard mode, which is where
Anywhere you say.
area.
Crusader tank responding. Taking
You can
new
set them
ground.
to move and attack,
Heavy
which is
armor ready
basically
for
where they
action.
control themselves,
Taking new
and they will
ground.
go to an area that you tell them to while attacking any enemies that come by.
Proceeding to target
So
zone.
this is basically the first mission, so it's kind of a tutorial. They're sending in these Comanches and telling us, hey, do the combat drop. So I'm going to do the combat drop on these buildings
zone
to
confirmed.
take them over
Oh, shine into
without
this.
having to destroy them.
Okay, fellas, you ready?
Combat drop in motion.
Oh yeah. Technicals.
Army's elite.
They basically put these in the game because it's a real thing that the Taliban
Always
did.
prepared. Let's get in there.
They just put a big machine gun on the back of the truck and made it into a little,
Armor detail reporting.
I don't know what you'd call it,
Clearing
troop
terrain.
transport with a machine gun. Alright, now that these pilots are safe,
laying low.
we're gonna get them all
Fire
in
it
this
up.
guy, because
Humvee here.
Humvees can hold up to 5 soldiers inside them. This guy basically just got ranked up, but
Oh
I'll just
yeah.
put my soldiers in these first 3 tanks here.
Mountain perimeter breach. Enemy closing.
Here come the Humvees.
Heavy armor ready for action.
Congratulations, General.
Luckily,
You have gained commercial.
Humvees can't really do anything against
Proceeding to
little
target
things.
zone. On your command. Got room for 5.
Where do you need me?
Alright, let's get myself a
Sure
powerful
beats
armor.
Armor
walking.
detail reporting. Anywhere you say, sir.
Let's see. Let's get the healing ability. These abilities can also be used in multiplayer, but they are you
Crusader
have
tank
all of the
responding.
abilities
Armor
in
detail
multiplayer,
reporting.
and they're set up in a specific way. You can buy drones to accompany these guys. Battle drones are way better than scout drones. Scout drones just let them see
Proceeding to
invisible
target
enemies.
zone.
Battle drones will shoot infantry with a little tiny machine gun and also heal up the units that they're with.
Anywhere you
So
say, sir.
it's basically better in every way. You basically should just give one of your guys a scout drone
Proceeding
and
to
the rest
target
of them
zone.
battle drones. Let's see, maybe I can build some
Enemy
units
tanks
back
have
at
the
the
high
base here.
ground. Request air support. Big bird on
It'd
the
take
way.
forever to get them over here actually, so
On your command.
let's just do
Anywhere
this.
you say, sir.
Oh yeah, we've got a fuel air bomb coming in, which is something you saw in the intro actually. This is what it does.
Moving in.
Pretty powerful ability you can use in multiplayer. An interesting thing about the GLA is they have these GLA holes, which are little underground tunnels where if you don't
Upgrade
destroy their
complete.
building completely, they can rebuild the building.
Deliver an ordinance.
So you have to basically come and root them out.
Proceeding to target zone.
It's to make them seem more like terrorists because they like come back and rebuild small things after you already thought you destroyed them. They're gonna come back again
Humvee
by
here.
rebuilding their old bases.
I'm about to show force.
Let's see, my Humvee is doing real good work on the infantry.
This'll wake them up.
The tanks can
Deliver an ordinance. Lighten
See,
them
the
up.
GLA holds your troops don't automatically attack them, so it always gives the GLA a little bit of time to prepare their buildings. And this is one of the base
Unit lost.
defenses.
Clearing terrain.
You'll be using base defenses to defend your base a lot more than actual siege.
Armor detail reporting. Clearing
Oh,
terrain.
I hate how rocket troops and
Lighten them up.
actually, what are these things called? Stinger sites.
This'll
Unit
wake them
lost.
up.
Destroy your
Taking the
drones.
ground.
Anything to drive?
I'm about to show force. Deliver an ordinance. This'll
Having to buy back your drones from the US is one of those annoying things.
Let's grease them.
What's over here? Oh, my drone. Now we've got a whole host of fighter jets coming in to destroy that. Oh yeah, like I said, you can actually move the camera angles yourself. So I'm pretty sure
Scud
when the
destroyed. Baghdad
game
secure.
creators were recording
Congratulations,
the game's
General.
cutscenes, they basically just used this to swivel around and added in a few sound effects. And that was the first mission. It's pretty easy. Honestly, I wish that I was live back when it was like a real big game, because nobody really plays it anymore. I wish I could have done the multiplayer back when it was popular.
We have tracked terror cell leaders to Al Hanad in
Alright,
Yemen.
so now that we've taken
We
the
believe the
capital
leaders
and
behind the
destroyed that,
biowar attack
the
are
GLA
hiding in the
leaders
city.
have run to
Our
Yemen.
Comanches are scouring Al Hanad.
We've got some
searching
helicopters
these
searching for them.
criminals.
Save the captured pilots. You'll see what that means soon. This is basically Mission Black Hawk Down.
Bravo, we reporting enemy contact. Permission to engage. Enemy contacts confirmed. Attack is a go. Roger that, Command. All Comanches, engage. Engage. Target's on the move. Stinger launch. Break. Bravo with GLA stinger launch.
Getting overpowered stingers. I don't know why they always show Stinger rocket guys in the cutscenes. The GLA has actual rocket launcher troops who shoot at aircraft, but they never have Stinger sight guys outside of Stinger sights. However, they always use Stinger sight guys in the cutscenes. What a wimp, surrendering while surrounded by tons of enemies. I should have tried to fight him with your bare hands.
We have pilots down. Repeat, pilots down. Scramble.
So our mission is to save these 3 elite pilots. We start off with a bunch of soldiers. But the first thing I'm going to do is show
The
you
GLA have captured the
construction.
pilots. They are held in secret locations around the city. Devise a plan to bring them home, General.
So this time we can see everything. These are angry mobs. They're a elite GLA unit. They're pretty powerful. Basically just a mob of rioters who the GLA gave guns and bombs to, and they can regain soldiers, basically kind of heal up their group, make it a larger group than it was before. And they do lots of damage quickly. They work as a single unit instead of one unit like this guy. All of these guys are one unit. So basically we just gotta push forward, save this pilot, then do the same with the other 2. So, like I said, construction. You can build buildings
Bring on
basically
the
anywhere
scaffolding.
except for on top of other buildings. That's why builders, which are your dozers, if you are the USA or China, or
Armor
the
detail
basically
reporting. On your command.
random
Keep it
slave
in.
dudes who got kidnapped and forced
Armor
into
detail
labor
reporting.
by the GLA.
On your command.
When you place the GLA instead of a construction dozer building your buildings, you've got one dude with a hammer building your buildings. Which can be funny, but also kind of
Hole
sad.
wide open.
So they give you a bunch of units to start off with, you're just gonna push in.
Technical moving on all positions.
Another thing they give us here is Colonel Burton, which is an elite unit.
Where are we going?
You can't actually hire him in this on this map, but you
Let's go in
can
there.
basically get him at the beginning and
Let's
use
get the action.
He's an elite unit, so you have to build certain
Heavy
tech
armor ready for
buildings
action.
before you can actually hire him.
Anywhere you say, sir.
GLA ambush. Comanche 2 on my way.
Unit lost.
Here.
That's how
Show 'em right over. Yeah.
Alright, let's move in. best way to deal
Just
with
like
these
the 4th
guys
of July.
early on,
Oh yeah.
run them over with something like this.
Unit lost.
You can also run over any enemy soldiers. You don't have to by shooting
Good work. This pilot's available for
these guys
contact.
in buildings.
Send him back to base or take advantage of his skills.
Heavy armor ready for action. This'll wake them up. Clearing terrain. Anywhere you say, sir. In 5.
Alright.
Congratulations, General.
It's usually
You have
better to
been
keep your
promoted.
camera angle like this, but I like making it look cinematic sometimes. Where's Colonel?
What do you got?
Alright, Colonel.
Where are we going?
I'm wanting you to go over
Taking
here.
a house.
Colonel Burton is a stealth unit. He's invisible unless he's attacking
Now this building.
or unless he's in a building. And he has a little machine gun that fires bursts that is going off.
Taking 5 on the angry mob.
Pretty powerful.
Unit
Airlift
lost.
personnel support.
So he is very
Right here.
useful to
I'll
have.
be there.
But like I said, once he dies in this map,
How
you
about
cannot
a
build
show?
it. Alright, so pilot
Orders,
safe.
General?
Let's send him back to
Gotcha.
base. I can always build some more units back at base, but on the missions, sometimes they start you out with a lot of units. So this
New
time I'm not really
construction?
going to do that. I know that at the very end of this
Yeah.
mission, I'm going to get counterattacked by a ton of GLA troops, so I'm
Bring on
building
the scaffolding.
lots of base defenses. I've also got to upgrade my power sources because these things power your base basically. If you're USA or China, GLA doesn't actually need power sources. I'm going to build another money collector too. Comanches can bring troops around,
Upgrade
put
complete.
troops into buildings, and collect money, so they're pretty useful. Wait, no, not Comanches.
Needed to
Chinook.
load
That's
up.
what it's called.
Any more
And these
projects?
guys are
Paladin
elite
taking the
tanks,
field.
basically. They're a little strong. They have a lot more defenses here than they did in that other place. So, let's move Colonel Burton around the side here. Have him take out these infantry because the chain gun works really well against them. And,
Got one back.
New contact, sector 3-6 Snyder.
Tank responding.
Rocket buggy,
Over here.
don't let him shoot.
Later.
I want to blow something up.
Unit lost.
these guys are annoying. Rocket
Heavy armor
buttons,
ready for
they
action.
will launch at you from super far away. Far away enough that you can't use anything to attack them unless you
This
get
is
close
them
enough.
up.
But they got pretty good health, so once you get close
Anywhere
enough,
you say,
they're
sir.
pretty much easy to take out.
Clearing
Alright,
terrain.
so let's see, my paladins have
Paladin
finished
tank in the
building.
field.
I'm gonna send them in. Like I was
We're
saying
moving.
before, paladins are more powerful tanks that have the ability to use a little laser that's mounted on top of them to block
New
enemy missiles that
construction.
are coming.
Unit
They
lost.
can't do that to every missile that comes at them
Made
though,
in the
so
US
they're not
of A.
perfect. Oh yeah, you can upgrade your basic infantry as a ranger to capture buildings and shoot flashbangs. Flashbangs almost instantly kill your enemies. Enemy infantry, that is. You can also upgrade your Humvees to have little rocket launchers on top of them, which makes them a lot more powerful. And, uh-oh, looks like we've got a little GLA ambush. But I've been planning for this. Got a
Flashbangs
rocket
are ready.
launcher here and
Our base is under attack.
building one here. Okay, looks like I was not really that prepared for this. Let's keep my base
Check out our new cell message.
before I continue pushing.
Always ready.
Your construction dozers, not only do they build buildings, they can also repair them, so this guy's going to come over here and fix that.
I'll be here.
See the little rocket launcher on top of
Break
that?
it loose. Rip it up. Whoa!
Put
General,
some
our
Humvees
base is
up
under
here
attack.
to defend against infantry. Rockets are not strong against infantry. It's part of the game's balancing system, basically. Tanks aren't good against infantry. Infantry aren't really that good
Looks
against
like a
tanks.
good run.
But rocket launcher infantry are good against tanks.
I'll
Tanks
be
are
here.
good against other tanks and good against
Whoa!
light vehicles. And light vehicles are good against infantry.
What do you got?
And
They won't see it. Keep it
some
quiet.
people are just really powerful against infantry or stealthy.
They
Like
won't see it. Sneaking up.
we've got Colonel Burton for the U.S. and I'll get to
They
the
won't
other
see it. Keep it
heroes
quiet.
when I get, or special units
They
when I
won't
get to
see
the other
sneaking up.
factions. So he is
They won't
incredibly
see. I
stealthy
won't
and
be
can sneak
noticed.
up on these guys. He can also plant bombs, but usually you're going to want to do that when there's no enemies around, because he turns uninvisible
Deadly
when he does that. Oh, he can't shoot them from this angle.
Colonel Burton
Let's
here.
get into this one. Look at that amazing combat. You can totally see what's happening here. Basically just one gun barrel. Alright, now that he's a pretty high level,
Let's see what you got.
see he ranked up like I was talking about
I'll be
before.
there.
I think he can take out these guys by himself. I'm gonna have to tell him to. Stealth units are kind of weird sometimes. Sometimes they will not they will not attack enemies unless you tell them. So they require a bit more care than those, but they are definitely worth it.
Needs an attitude.
So now that he's taken out these guys, which if I hadn't destroyed these guys in Colonel Burton, they would have swarmed in and attacked them when I sent these guys in.
Doing
So
what's right.
I'm going to send them
It will be
in
an
now
honor.
that the
I've seen
other
it.
enemies are destroyed. I wonder if he actually assassinate. I've never actually tried this before. In Colonel Burton, assassinate an angry mob because it is a bunch of enemy soldiers. No. I want to test it. Let's see. Oh, he just kills one. Okay. That makes sense. Don't know what I was expecting. So, I guess that this other guy is now safe. Perfect. Let's send him back to base.
Nice
He's
job,
safe.
sir. The final pilot is located up in the hills
Oh man,
overlooking
they
the
got
city.
this guy
Watch out for
really
tunnel
locked up.
networks. Once you complete your
Why'd you get
objective,
so much
bring
extra
the pilot
security?
back
Anywhere
to
you
base.
say, sir. Protecting our
When I
people.
first played this game, I actually found this part pretty challenging, which is
Confirmed.
laughable compared to the other missions.
Yeah? Let's go
I'm
in
gonna
that
set up
building.
my rocket launcher guys
I
here
want to blow something up.
in these
I'll
houses
fire at anything.
as kind of a
Let's pop
support,
some
because
tanks.
when
Let's go in
we
that
come up
building.
here and destroy this place, reinforcements coming from back here and over here in areas we can't actually get to in this map. So let's get some reinforcements set up. You can actually set rally points, which is basically telling your soldiers where to go as soon as they come out of the soldier building. Oh, we got another little attack coming. But I think I have enough defenses that they can handle it themselves. Alright. We can't send in Colonel Burton first, because he cannot be stealthed past base
No
defenses.
obstacles.
Base defenses keys and the little tunnel networks. I don't think we've seen one yet, but they are a tunnel that can transport enemy units and has no machine gun. That is a tunnel network. So this guy can also climb up mountains,
Where are we
but
going?
see, he's not invisible to base defenses, so I cannot sneak him.
I'll be there.
However,
Is there a
I
threat?
think once these guys are healed up, they will be enough to go in there and take it out. You know what? Let's capture this building. Sometimes on maps there will be random buildings like these oil derricks here, or this hospital here,
What's the
which you
mission,
can
sir?
capture using your basic infantry,
Army's
and they will
elite.
give you buffs.
What's the
Like
mission, sir?
capturing this hospital will basically give
On
you
the go,
a
sir.
healing boost for all of your infantry, where they will auto heal. See, this little flag
take it
icon
from
means you
here.
can capture it. Oil derricks will serve as money makers, because we all
Ready
know
for
that
action.
you can make a
Meet
lot
your
of money
new
off of
owner.
oil.
Special forces here. Let's take
So
the
once these are
building.
captured, I'll be making free money, and I'll be having soldiers heal themselves. But let's
Protecting
complete
our
the mission.
people. Yes, sir. It's the right thing to do.
See, these are the RPG troopers that I was talking about. These Stinger soldiers cannot spawn outside of the Stingers, but they're used in every cutscene that the rocket launcher guys need. Why don't they just use the RPG trooper in the cutscenes? I never understood that.
Enemies.
Anyways,
Free world.
let's send these guys in.
Forming us, sir.
Over here.
This guy
Taking
can
heavy
run
fire.
basically
Exit route is coming.
Unit
Where's that
lost.
pilot?
or
Watch
die.
that right flank.
Or kill or die. Getting the pilot. Why is nobody attacking that? Oh my god. One thing you'll notice is the AI is idiotic in this game. They cannot do anything without some
Unit
direct
lost.
supervision.
Closing the distance. Confirmed.
Get in there.
Sure beats walking.
Paladin tank in the field. You can depend on
Kill them, please.
it. It will be an honor.
So you can't only just
Unit lost.
Keep it clean.
capture buildings that are held by
We're
no
moving.
one. You can also capture enemy buildings, which I'll show you in the next episode, I guess. For now, this mission, capturing this building doesn't really serve to accomplish you anything. Just destroying it will work just as fine, but sometimes it can be useful to capture enemy buildings
Ready
because
for
every
action.
faction has its own kind of unique specialty. The US has high damage but high cost units. China basically has a swarm tactic where the more soldiers you have in a group, they will gain a thing called like the red bonus or something, where they have a bonus damage buff because there's extra soldiers standing next to them. And for the GLA, they are very, very cheap, and they can kind of swarm you, but in a different way.
What's the mission, sir?
They're also very good at ambushing people because of their tunnel
What's
networks,
the mission, sir?
which basically put soldiers in a tunnel network halfway across the map. They can come out of any tunnel network, no matter how far away it is, to easily move their troops around. So GLA is ambush and low cost,
What's the mission, sir?
and they don't need electricity to run their bases. China
What's
is
the mission,
numbers,
sir?
and also it has more powerful tanks. USA is power
I'll be here.
overall, but they are expensive, and they take a lot of power generators to run.
Find me a vehicle. On your command.
Now that I've
I
got
have
this guy,
I've seen it all.
actually, now that that tunnel
I'll take
network's
anything
down,
you give me.
I can probably send in Colonel Burton. Let's see. I bet he can take one of these out himself.
I own him. Needs an attitude adjustment.
Oh yeah, some of the infantry can actually kill the soldiers inside of the GLAs.
I'll be there.
So that's one of the
Unit lost.
downsides of the GLAs. That their stuff may be cheap,
Our
but
base
it's
is under
also
attack.
pretty easy to destroy.
Where are we going?
Shows the strengths and weaknesses
Get
of
back.
it.
Humvee here. Colonel Burton here.
And this is what I mean. You can't
I'll
leave
take
the AI
anything you
alone
give
by
me.
itself for 2 seconds, or they will stand still and not attack while the enemy is absolutely ready. Alright.
Paladin tank.
In this mission, you can actually put these guys in vehicles, but like, since you're supposed to
We're
save
moving.
them, it's pretty risky to
Deadly.
put this last guy in
This
the
is
vehicle
too
unless you're gonna immediately send him back, because if he dies, you lose.
Let's see what you've got.
So let's oh, do I have to send that near him?
Doing what's right.
Here, we'll put him in this guy.
responding.
He has
Clearing terrain.
General,
What do you got?
the
Colonel
final
Burton
pilot
is just
is
shredding this building
returning to
completely by
base.
himself.
Watch for GLA pursuit.
Alright.
Anything to drive?
now get in
Fire it up.
and let's get him
Keep it
back
clean.
to base.
Closing the distance. Taking her in. We're
And
moving.
this is what I meant by we will immediately be ambushed. Here they come. That's why I set up these guys here. They'll serve as a good little protection. It does not look effective enough. Let's move the guys in this building
I want to blow
over
something
to
up.
this building. Wait. If I
Pop
keep
some
misclicking.
tanks.
Alright, these guys need to retreat
Yeah,
back and
take
take that
cover
one.
in there.
Oh, he's getting run over. He's gonna. Oh, he made it. That was a close one.
Let me launch one, huh?
Always prepared. Special forces here. Ready for action.
Yeah, I always
Special
died at that
forces
part
here.
as a kid, but it's not really as
Need a
hard as
point
I
man?
remember.
Special forces here. Secure and occupy.
Alright, and I think we have just won because the pilot is back.
You are victorious.
So yeah, just like I said, this is a fun, pretty old, real-time strategy game that honestly I think most people can enjoy. I certainly love it. And I'm not going to start the next mission, I'm just going to save it here so you guys can check it out.
A U.S. division has been ambushed by the GLA
In the next
Hindu
episode,
Kush
we'll play
Mountains.
missions 3
Our
and 4,
forces are falling
but
back with the
since we just
GLA
finished
in
the first
close
2 missions,
pursuit. Take command of
I'm
a
going
small
to end the
Comanche
video
base
here.
near Salang to cover the retreat.
This is the Dunkin'
Do your
Donut
best, General.
signing off.